There's this invisible world all around us, constantly pushing and pulling on everything. I mean, have you ever been on a bike ride fighting against the wind? Or felt that awesome rush coasting down a hill and wondered, what's really going on? It might feel like magic, but it's not. It's physics, and that's what we're going to get into.
So, let's meet Sonali and Ragini. They decided to go for a bike ride on a super windy day, looking for a bit of an adventure. But what they got was, well, a bunch of mysteries. One minute they're feeling the wind literally pushing them backward. The next, they're struggling over these rough patches of road. And then suddenly, they're just flying downhill without even pedaling. What's up with that?
And this is the moment it clicks for Sonali. She yells out something like, "This is amazing! Something is pulling us downhill, but what is it?" And that question, right there, that's the key to this whole thing. To figure out what's pulling them, we need to get our heads around one really simple but super powerful idea.
And that idea? It all boils down to two simple actions: a push and a pull.
Right. So that invisible something that Sonali was talking about, scientists have a word for it: force. And when you get right down to it, a force is simply a push or a pull on an object. That's it. It sounds almost too simple, right? But believe me, every single strange feeling Sonali and Ragini had on their bike ride, it all comes back to this one concept. And you see these forces everywhere, all day, every day. Think about it. A fielder stopping a cricket ball, their hand is applying a pushing force. You go to open a drawer, your hand applies a pulling force. See? These aren't some weird abstract science things. They're just part of everything we do.
Okay, here's a really important thing to remember. A force isn't something an object just has. It's what happens when at least two objects interact. It's a two-way street. It's the fielder's hand and the ball. It's your hand and the drawer. You can't have a force without that interaction.
Okay, so a force is a push or a pull between two objects. Got it. But what can they actually do? What's the big deal? Well, it turns out they have some serious power. Let's break down what these forces are capable of.
All right, first up, a force can change the speed of something that's moving. Remember when Ragini was complaining about the wind pushing her? That was the force of the air, a push, slowing her bike down. So what'd she do? She fought back with her own force, pushing down on the pedals to speed right back up. Forces can also change the direction of a moving object. So when Sonali and Ragini saw that herd of sheep blocking the road, they didn't just slam on the brakes. No, they applied a force to their handlebars, and that little push was enough to change their direction and steer them right around the flock. And get this, forces can even change an object's shape. And I'm not even talking about moving it from one place to another. Just think about squishing an inflated balloon between your palms. You're applying a force, right?